And we're good to go. How's everybody doing? Let me get my reference thing up here. So we're going to need shadows here, largely. And I think we want shadows along the bottom. A little bit more so than in the original. The original had a little bit more differentiation in... just a little more dark in the character, really. So we want to try and get that with a bit more shadow. That's an odd placement of that hand, but okay. We'll give that a shot. I think it's better off if we place the hand a little differently, honestly. Because this feels like a weak wrist. So if we have it a bit more facing towards us. Hey! Comic King, how you doing? I mean, if it helps, you're usually the best asshole here. There's another one that can be taken out of context. Let's not do that. So if we got that going, say like that. And then we have the arm around here. It's a strange pose, no matter what. But this is kind of what the guy wants, so... Not much in the way of detail in the back of the hand here. Hey, Monty, how you doing, buddy? It's an odd forced perspective kind of shot. The shape of the cape is going to be tough to get in there. It's going to be, I'm basically using every bit of space I can here. It's just going to kind of be the shape in the background. And we're doing a little bit more shadow along the arm here. Not too much, but a little bit. I do have a reference I'm working on, but the thing is that the reference doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So it's a little tough to pull off here. I don't know. Well, I mean, I think part of it doesn't mean I can't pencil other parts, right? There's no rules for this shit. Not where I'm concerned, anyway. Hey, John. Thanks very much. Oh, I got to also pull up a reference for Beta Ray Bill. That's right. There's that shot. There's a shot from, like, there we go. Looks like it's from the Marvel Handbook or something. He's got what looks like it's meant to be ring mail along these things here, but it also looks like it might just be a design. Like it could just be down to Walt pretending it's ring mail, like doing like a very loose kind of circle pattern here, and going, yeah, sure, that's ring mail. Why not? Tell me that's not ring mail. Nope, shit. Got the ink going. It's flying all over the place. Okay. Alright, not too bad. Didn't make too much of a mess. So let's see, how are we doing this? Getting rid of most of this hatching here too, because I'm going to be blacking this out too. That's okay. I kind of like that hatching, but it's not worth switching up the strategy to save it. And by switching up the strategy, I mean by like switching up the strategy I developed just now. So we should blacken this as well then. Oh, that's a lot of ink. Okay. Let's say some of this. Why not? This shoulder got a lot uglier anyway. So fuck it. I feel like we can black this part in here, so let's do that. We don't need an edge light here along the rest of the elbow. So let's, a little bit more heavy black is always a good idea. Hey, Mike, how you doing, buddy? I need more tape, actually, considering how much I'm just setting it on its side. And just wanted to check in on how Sheldon was doing on his Kickstarter. Looks like he's achieved his goal. So that's awesome to hear. It's gonna be some pretty heavy shadow. But that was already kind of implied. Hey, Matt, how you doing? I feel like the playlist hasn't been altered for a while, so be a lot of same old stuff, but it is the stuff that I do have fun drawing to, so it's sticking. That's fair, Comic King. I've had similar stuff come by recently, where it's like, yes, I've been waiting for this. I don't have the money right now. Awesome. And hey, Brain, how you doing, buddy? I was saying Sheldon's Kickstarter looks like it's fully funded. So that's awesome to see. Doing that? I think so. That's not bad. I got a decent shape there. Yeah. I mean, hey, I think we all understand that's how it goes. I gotta get rid of that little squiggly, whatever that is. That isn't helping anything. How's it looking? I don't mind it. I feel like it's a little confusing with rim light here, no rim light here. I don't think it's necessary, honestly, looking at it. Like, yeah, you blacked in all this, but we'll try it without it. If we got to come back in with a white outline, I can always put one in post, right? Like just come in with an ink whiteout stick or something. Well, I don't know. I did manage to spill ink all over my finger when I was opening the bottles, so that might have been the spill for tonight. I did smear on Peter's live stream on Tuesday, though, so there was that. It's not like the smear is inevitable. I think that was up here somewhere. Yeah. And thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'm trying a couple of things here. It's not my usual type of drawing, really. Like, this pose is weird. I like it. But it's not what I would think of. And I'm trying to fit some black in here, and it's not really the kind of composition that lends itself to a lot of black. So I'm kind of having to make some shit up. We'll see how it works. If it doesn't work out, fuck it, I'll just start over. I don't care. You know, it took like 2 hours to get to this point, which is like well into it. So I think we're fine. Just going from 0 again if we need to. If for some reason it doesn't work. Okay, I need more of my 08 here, I think. Need a lot of thick lines on this one. Oh, there's a smear for you. This is still wet? Holy shit. Okay. I had no idea. I figured that would have been long dry by now. There was a lot of ink on the brush at that point. Oh man, RoboCop vs. Terminator was awesome. It's, it feels like a contest. How over the top we can push things. Can we make things more over the top somehow, Okay, so we're gonna want some lines down this way. Is this still wet? Looks like it. Yeah, I think so. There's gonna be a lot of whiteout flying around on this page. That's where I thought you were going, was a Smirnoff. Oh man, this is some ugly hatching along the shoulder here now. Now with it. Too much trying to make it up on the fly with the cross hatching there. And let's connect the dots here a little bit. Oh, that's not dry yet. Okay. Let's leave that alone. That's what we're going to do, like we usually do. Forums are always tough for me. I'm always trying to capture that, like, Mark Silvestri and Cyberforce kind of energy, and I'm never quite getting there. Which I think is, you know, not exactly like how, what, you can't figure that out, you know, like that's kind of the pinnacle of that style, really. We want the, where's the tombos at? How are we doing? Some okay stuff in here, some stuff that it's like meh. I think we need some deeper lines here. And let's shore up the arm here a bit. A bit of a thicker outline. Feel like that arm's got, try to make it feel like that arm's got some power in it. Oh, my eyes are fuzzing out here. It's not a great thing. I don't mind that. I think that's turning out okay. And let's, got kind of an awkward conflux of lines here, so let's see if we can hide that a little bit with some very large hatching. I feel like that did help a little bit. Yeah, maybe. Codename Ric Flair. I don't. Oh, I just got an order in. I don't think it was in that one. I think Nash was. I'm half tempted to like go, you know what? Fuck the drawing today. Let's do the unboxing. Because I haven't done that yet. No, anybody in the mood for putting a hold on the drawing for a while? And go over what comics I got today? There's probably like 40 or so. Seems like most people are kind of iffy on it, so. Fuck it, let's go with it. We gotta kill time on this stream somehow, right? Here, we'll move this aside for now. We'll do a quick run through. I'll try not to take too long on this. Let me see here. Let me get something to stand this up on. So I'll get that here. That does become apparent. Okay. Where's my knife at? Hang on. Okay, I think it's in. I'll be right back. Okay. So this is supposed to be supplemented by another order, but I haven't gotten the other order yet, even though I ordered that first. Here, let's turn this down. There. Just background tunes. Did I get more distribution? I think I did. Okay, going through them one by one. Just checking. I honestly forget what I ordered because it takes like 2-3 weeks to get to me a lot of the time. All right, Monty. Good seeing you, buddy. Okay. Oh, man, they're all turned this way. Oh, no, they went back and forth with how they stacked them. Oh, that's evil. Why would you do that? You fucking dicks. One by one. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. So that's... Oh, I ordered that too. Cool. All right. Here we go. First one up is going to be Battle Chasers number 1. Tell me that's what that is. It is. Okay. So that would have just... The reason it's this particular cover, which I don't recognize, is because this is the 1E version, which probably would have been the most affordable one. Let's get this a little higher. This is how I usually do this. Live to fly. So, this is strictly fishing for views, because I think everybody wants to see... Everybody likes Joe Mad, and I think everybody was at least slightly disappointed in Battle Chasers. So, we can go over that a bit at least. Also got Legends of the Dark Claw number 1. Who drew that? Jim Ballant. All right. How did that go, considering Dark Claw doesn't have any tits? Got... Well, shit, get back here. Dreadstar number 1. From the original Dreadstar number 1 from Epic. Somebody was asking about this, actually, just on... I'm not sure which one it was. Micronauts, something like that. So, I mean, there'll be shit to talk about with that for sure. I'm not sure what 1982 Starlin looks like, to be honest. It looks like he's a bit more solid than the stuff I saw when he was drawing Thanos. Yeah, he's not going for the big flashy panels or anything. That's a little disappointing. Okay, that's pretty cool, though. No, that was one of the more fun things about early Jim Starlin, was that he would just get an idea for a panel and go for it, whether he could pull it off or not. Yeah, Lego. Fuck you. Lego. Thank you. Jesus, the tape keeps catching on the cover here. Squadron Supreme number 1? I guess I ordered that. I don't remember that at all. This thing wants to sync on me. So, I have no idea if there's a video coming for this. There might be. I don't know. Sometimes it's just I get it in my head. And like, you know, oh, fuck's sake. Stupid fucking stand. You know, if it happens to be in there when I'm placing my order, then it just kind of comes, like, I don't usually check. So like a lot of the time I'll periodically go through, I'll usually have a cart standing, and then I'll check through every once in a while and be like, oh yeah, no, don't need that one. Don't need that one. Don't need that one. So I guess that one was probably pretty fresh. Warrior number 2. So that's an option. Couldn't get 3 or 4. I really want to get 4. I don't know if I told you guys. I did mention it, but I tried to order number 4 off of eBay. And I think it would have been like $25, $30 plus shipping. Something like that. And he refused to sell it to me because I didn't have an eBay history. I don't ever buy anything off of eBay. And he'd been screwed over a few times before where somebody orders something and then says they never got it, so he has to refund them. So he was willing to send it out if I was okay with paying another $20 for tracking. So it's like $70 for Ultimate Warrior number 4, which is a video that will probably get 1,500 views. I don't think I can justify that. I really wanted it, but you know. Yeah. Oh, Marvel Boy number 1. I had this entire miniseries when that came out. I think that'd be worth going over. I like J.G. Jones. He's got a great style, very stylish. Um, Uncanny X-Men 212. So this is, well, I mean, this is round one of Wolverine versus Sabretooth, right? Cover says so. Got the classic BWS cover. This is one of the more expensive comics I have. I think it cost me in the neighborhood of 25 bucks. And is this an Alan Davis? Oh, Rick Leonardi. Okay. But with this one, I now have all of the Mutant Massacre, at least from the Uncanny X-Men side of things. So once we finish up the Jim Lee run, I got to make a decision whether or not we want to keep going into Whilce Portacio, or if I want to double back and hit some of the stuff I missed, like Life, Death, and Mutant Massacre, a couple others. I got Hitman Lobo, that stupid bastich, which is one I've wanted for a while. I love Doug Mankey. I think it's Mankey. Yeah, no, I love his style in this. He gets to go super cartoony. And it's just kind of a good story, too. What else we got? Next, number one. That'll get on there eventually. This is the original number one, too, from Capital Comics. Everyone's heard of Capital Comics, right? I mean, Steve Rude's managed to keep Nexus alive since, I guess this is the mid-'80s, probably? Does it even give me a date? Not really. Yeah. No, okay, I'll have to get it off of something else. I don't think so. No, it's not the Jones, it's the Jeff. Right? Oh, there's an interesting one. Now, as far as I know, J.G. Jones is fine. He's squeaky clean. Camelot 3000 number one, which is one of the first forays, if not the first foray, that DC had into the direct market where they weren't selling this on the newsstand. This is meant to be more like aimed at, at a non-kid market. Jeff, Gerard, and Jim. Okay, so it's I see, I get you. The J name with the Jones. It's a combination. Well, maybe it's like, J. Scott Campbell, where J's the middle name. Let's assume that's the case. Camelot 3000 is awesome. Okay, good. I've had a couple of requests for it, and I think there's a lot of interesting history to find out about that thing. Mr. Miracle number 25. I don't think this, honestly looking at it, I don't think this ever gets to the channel. This is some of Michael Golden's very first work, where he got the end of the Mr. Miracle run. Doesn't look like a dude just starting out. Like obviously he'd been working for years in commercial art before this. But I don't know. I'll take a look at it. I don't know. I think this is one of those ones I just kind of got it in my head. Like, yeah, that's one that's a possibility. I think it's probably just going to sit in my long box, to be honest. That's okay. I mean, it would have been borderline anyway. So the reason I picked it up probably was because it was inexpensive. Bishop number one. So this is in the wake of Gambit number one video, which is like the second most watched video on the channel, much to my chagrin, because that's also the blurriest, the most out of focus video on my channel, maybe. Christar. Do you happen to know which issue that was in? I have thought of getting Crystar before, mostly because I had the toys when I was a kid. I think the first issue is probably in the neighborhood of $10. That'd be my guess. Which is like a little high for Crystar. 8. Let's see. Yeah, that's okay. I think the cover for that is by Boris Vallejo. Let's see. Do they say? Oh, Bob Larkin. Oh, I'm completely wrong. Where is that skull cover? Oh, it's number 8. Oh, no, I'm not getting that one. Oh, no. Yeah, that is number 8. Yeah, all they've got is stuff registered in the 9s, like graded in the 9s, and the cheapest one is $114. So, secret's out on that if it was ever in. But yeah, Bishop one could be interesting. I assume this is Fabian Nicieza, and it's Carlos Pacheco doing the art. So you can, it's either going to be Fabian Nicieza or it's going to be fucking Scott Lobdell, right? It's totally because it's got to be because of the Danzig skull. There's no other reason. Crystar number 8. Oh, John Ostrander. That's right. Man, he was already so goddamn good at this point. Yeah, that's a fun one. Weird textured cover. Don't know if I like that. Oh, shit. Here you go. Nash number 1 by Merritt Michaels, right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it is. Published by Image. What are you doing? Who? Oh, God. Story Kevin Nash and Merritt Michaels. What in the fuck? Oh, this is going to be awful, isn't it? Well, it's not good. You can tell that already. And we get ads for Demon Slayer because that's the only place you can show ads for Merritt Michaels comics is in other Merritt Michaels comics. Okay, this looks like it'll be nice and dumb. Yeah, all right. It doesn't look anything like Big Sexy. He's got long hair. That's about it, and a goatee. Oh, there's one that's been requested a bit too. Grimjack number 1. That one's been in and out of my cart so many goddamn times. It's like, this is the time I will buy Grimjack. Nope, just kidding. Not doing that today. No, this time. So, I'm kind of looking forward to that one, I think. Tim Truman's tough to evaluate, though, for me. Because it's all, like, paint type stuff. This is all stuff that has multiple copies. Oh, yeah. Oh, they did it on this side, too, you pricks. All right. Got facsimiles for Uncanny X-Men 141 and 142. So we can do Days of Future Past again once I loop around again. It was going to be... They do have facsimiles for... there have been several comics that feature Hulk Hogan. But he hasn't had his own comic. Nobody had their own comic until... I think Warrior. And there's a vanity thing. Hey, Robo, how's it going, buddy? We're doing a bit of an unboxing. I'm discovering what I ordered like a month ago. So this will be the farthest back I've gone when we cover this. Like, we definitely will at some point. It's the shitty Marvel facsimile editions. I'm not a fan. Well, I mean, shitty isn't quite the right way to say it, but I just don't like the way they do them. They got to use the glossy color, or the glossy paper, which doesn't mix with the color. Everything looks like neon puke. I would go back to Dark Phoenix Saga, because you got to go back to Dark Phoenix Saga at some point. It's like 9 issues worth of facsimiles, and some of them aren't available, right? And for some reason, Marvel facsimiles, I don't think they print very many, which seems to drive up the value. And it's like, well, what was the point of that then? The whole point of the facsimiles is to make it easy to, like for people who didn't get it the first time around, essentially. All right. Well, I mean, it's in the J2 is in the cart. I haven't ordered that one yet. That's not part of this order. Another one we got, Future Imperfect. Haven't read it in a little while. Didn't realize it came with the embossed cover. And these are gonna be thick. Gonna be some thick boys. Yeah, Prestige Edition shit. Fucking George Perez, eh? He's just got to go nuts every once in a while and show off. Okay, the tape is really getting on my nerves. It did detach there and touch the cover instead. Get off, fucker. Better not take out any of the cover with you. Thank you. Hey, Rob, how's it going? We're going through a bit of an unboxing. Because I just got it today. I haven't gotten a chance to shoot an unboxing video yet, so. Here. Everybody's going to like this. Lobo #1 from 2014, I think. Emo Lobo. It's everybody's favorite Lobo. There's a bit of Lobo in this order. So this seems like a good idea for a video for just, okay, so how many ways did they go wrong? I'm not going to know who any of this creative team is. Uh-huh. It's Sexy Lobo. Ooh. What the fuck were they thinking, you know? I don't know. If they can have some fun with it, at least that would be something. It looks like the artist is trying. But I will be keeping in mind, nobody wants that Lobo. They did. They switched them back and forth on this one too. Sons of bitches. Why do I have this? What is this? Oh. Yeah, the emo devil may cry. This is Supreme number 63. This is from the 2012 Extreme reboot, where everything was weird and like indie. So this, I believe, is the last Supreme script that Rob purchased off of Alan Moore. I thought this was drawn by Eric Larson. Is it not? Where are the credits on this? Oh, there we go. Eric Larson and Corey Hampshire. Okay, yeah. I feel like Eric Larson's reining it in a fair bit on this. This looks nothing like his dragon stuff, even around this time. Diet Vampiro. Yeah. So I mean, it's another Supreme, and it's again interesting to talk about the period. It kind of looks like Eric. It's not nearly as sloppy as the stuff he was doing in his later Savage Dragon years, is the thing. Could be. Yeah, I mean, it might just be that Larson isn't inking himself. That would make a big difference, because man, does he go sloppy on his inks. There's one that you wouldn't expect to see on this channel. I assume it'll happen at some point. Bone number 1. This is probably like 18th printing or something. Which, I mean, I never read Bone. Let's see. What printing is this? Will it say? It says number 1. I want to know how many printings deep they got on this. It's at least 6, I think. Like this particular copy, and this one's in a little bit of rough shape, because it's tough to find an affordable Bone number 1 in any edition. Good stuff. I mean, that was kind of the idea, because I mean, I was talking to my partner about it, and she was like, our kids were reading Bone in school. They were getting out of the library. Doesn't want to say which printing. No, okay, that's a shame. So I mean, we'll give it a shot. Like I said, I've never read Bone. I've never read Pogo. Like, I have no nostalgia for Bone whatsoever. So we'll just evaluate it and see how it is based on what it's trying to be. Another one that we should have gone over at some point before this was The Killing Joke. I don't think I have my copy anymore, so I had to get a new one. And we got to talk about how much Alan Moore hates this comic. One was one of the most influential comics in the modern age. It seems to be. Original or... Yeah, it's just like, at the time it came out, what did it came out? Like 95, 96? What am I going to read a cartoon book for, right? Does it have different colors than I remember? Looks like the original colors. That looks like the original colors to me. That green's a little dark, but most of it looks about right. John Higgins doing colors, like Hellblazer John Higgins? Yeah, this all looks about right. But yeah, the biggest thing I remember about Killing Joke, apart from the story itself, is that Alan Moore has completely kind of disassociated from it because it's just completely nihilistic. And I mean, that was as nihilistic as Alan Moore got. It was towards the end of his run of nihilistic comics, and he's like, dude, I'm getting sick of this shit. And then immediately after that, after that, he goes over to Image and draws Violator and Violator Bad Rock. But then he gets into Supreme and does, all his Silver Age homage stuff, trying to get back to comics roots. Anyway, Grendel number 1 from Comico. That's the only Bolin that counts, right? Mark Bolin from T-Rex. I mean, Grendel has a following. And I have Grendel Warchild number 1. So, it seems like it'd be worthwhile to look into this and then transition from that to Warchild at some point. His art style for me. It's clear, at least. All right. I mean, I'll check it out for sure. This is Matt Wagner, right? Yeah, that sounds about right. Got a copy of, this is the facsimile of Deadpool #1. Because Marvel are just kind of, I don't know, opportunistic dicks when it comes to what they do facsimiles of. They're going to do a facsimile, you know, like if Deadpool comes out, we got to do facsimiles of everything related to a Deadpool milestone of some kind. But this is, so is this, it's not Joe Casey who writes this, right? Joe Kelly. I always confuse those two. So I imagine this is probably before he gets into, Ed McGuinness doing the art too, that's all right. I imagine this is before he really gets into the fourth wall breaking stuff. I figure that might take a while to build up, but it might be something to go over. Yeah, I hate the way the Marvel facsimiles do color, but I also hate the comics they choose to do facsimiles of. Like, they only do ones usually that have a tie-in to a current event going on, like the Deadpool versus Wolverine movie. Whereas DC seems to come up with some fun ideas for what to do facsimiles of. This one here, I had to get a third or fourth reprint of, but this is the Boys #1. Because I'm like, yeah, shit. I mean, I have all of the Boys, but I have it all in trade paperback form, and I don't like going over my trades. And I mean, it seems like a good idea to go over the Boys. The Boys doesn't exactly have a small footprint these days. A lot to talk about with that. It is free. Not for me, but it was cheap, so that's good enough. I don't know if they need to do a facsimile. I got myself a copy of X-Force Annual #2, and it was not expensive. There's another one there, Suicide Squad #1. So, I think that's a little late. I probably should have gotten that a couple of years ago, really. I'm not sure who works on this. This is John Ostrander, Luke McDonnell, and Carl Kessel. All right. But, I mean, I think that has a whole bunch of people who dig that book. Unalive Squad. Yeah, that's going to be tough, man. Putting it right in the title like that? Yeesh. Oh, well. Just flag my whole channel, why don't you? Where else are we here? We got Action Comics number 592 and 593. Is there anybody here who doesn't know why we might go over these? So the I think Robo knows. No, Rob, you're not familiar? So this has the bit exactly. This has I take it it's this character here. Apparently blackmails Superman with a potential sex tape between Superman and Big Barda. From what I understand, I haven't read it yet. This is John Byrne just, off a leash. DC, they loosened their grip for a second and he went running. So I think it's probably not as bad as, you hear the Superman and Big Barda porno, sex tape. And it's like, well, it's not going to be that bad for sure, but it's definitely going to be suggested. Hey, okay, how you doing, buddy? They're both under mind control still. Why'd you think of that, John? You know, it's just kind of like, well, what were you doing there? Okay, so the rest of the stuff is in groups for the most part. Weapon X, Sleaze sounds about right. So Weapon X from Age of Apocalypse. I just finished recording the one for tomorrow, which is going to be Generation Next. Sleaze is exasperated by how bad a porn actor Superman is. Okie dokie. Like, he can't have run that by an editor. You know? But yeah, so I've done Astonishing X-Men now, and I've got Generation Next coming out tomorrow. I figured it was time to do a good series from Age of Apocalypse. If there is such a thing, I think this is the one to be most likely to be it. And I'm gonna get a whole bunch of people jumping on my neck for saying Age of Apocalypse is kind of a shit crossover. It really is kind of a shit crossover. So this is one that is supplemented by the other order, which I'm just fucking waiting on. So I have Lobo 2, 3, and 4 now. I'm waiting for the facsimile of Lobo number 1. So this is the wrong Kubert? What are you talking about? That's Adam. Adam's the correct Kubert. But I said there was a lot of Lobo in this order. It's funny. Some of this stuff looks like John McCrae. Not Diet Vampiro. Yes, exactly. Or is it Vampiro? And this is Alan Grant, Keith Giffen. Yeah. The correct crew. So once that fucking number 1 gets in, then that'll be a milestone video. I also got facsimile 4, Dark Knight Returns. Number 1. 2 and 4 facsimiles are on the way, and I have a copy of number 3. So we're slowly piecing this one together. I'm thinking that'll be the 10K milestone video, assuming we get there this year. Which, seems like it's probably going to happen now. Okay, well, it's just going to get better, Robo, because we got Alpha Flight number 1. Things just got more Canadian. I had a copy of this back in the day. I think this thing cost me like $15-20. It's like for Alpha Flight? It is in pretty decent shape, actually. Oh, yeah, I remember this fucking story. Yeah, and Tundra. It's, there's some cool stuff in here, actually. There's so many Alpha Flights. Oh, do they beat him with erosion? Cool, okay. That's fun. Let's see here. Another one that I had on a want list that fired off is X Liefeld's number 1. I don't know if this is worth any money. Might be. This is very clearly parody shit. Oh. This is the kind of thing that made me want to do. Have you? Oh, did you do this one already, Rob? Okay, I didn't. Couldn't remember if I saw it or not. But this was the kind of shit that made me want to do Blood Force. Okay, if the parody's good, then good. I'm looking forward to that part of it. But the art is not Image. How do you do a satire of Image art without having something close to Image art? See, that's the thing. My brain can't process it. That's why when I'm drawing a satire of Image art, I'm trying to make Image art. Or one-up Image art if I can. At least in terms of ridiculosity. Which is a second cousin of Distrucity. Alright, last one is God Loves, Man Kills. This is the, first edition too. By Chris Claremont and Brent Anderson, who was the artist for Strikeforce Morituri. Cool. I don't think there are enough people who are going to do a satire of Image. Like everybody, all sorts of people tried to parody Image, but very few actually tried to parody Image's look, and that bugs me. You got to at least try. Doomforce Special did it right. I mean, they couldn't really pull it off, but like not consistently anyway. But they had the right idea, in my opinion. But yeah, I think this will be an interesting one to go over. And I like Brent Anderson's work on Strikeforce Morituri. And I don't think I've ever actually read any of this. It's, I know the cover. I know it's kind of like a foundational book. I just couldn't tell you why. It's a hell of a cover, though. It looks like a fucking album cover. It also looks like it's like 80 pages. How long is that thing? Not going to say. I mean, that's cool. I still don't know what he was doing. It's so strange because at some points it's like he had to unlearn how to draw. Yeah, he was trying to be. Yeah, I think that was it. He was trying to hang with the cool kids. It also seems like Herb Trimpe's one of those guys who never liked his own style, so was kind of looking for reasons maybe to switch over. Anyway, that's the order for this month. It's just that there's so much stuff he's doing in that just doesn't look right. It's like he doesn't. There's how his amount of drawing knowledge comes through, even through his attempts at doing some kind of Liefeldy style. And then there's parts where it's like he forgot, or he's like, I can't draw this particular angle without just disregarding everything I know about how to draw. So I'm just gonna do it anyway. And it still didn't, it still didn't look like an Image style at all. Yeah, he forgot how to draw women. Like he forgot how to draw faces. Like he's just. And obviously, he didn't forget. It's just when you do a Liefeld type face, you do these lines. So I'm going to do those lines roughly, and then have like Al Milgram or whatever ink it, and it doesn't look anything like Liefeld. How are we doing here? I got weighted out, didn't it? I think it did. Oh, I need glasses for this. No. Yeah, he's just like shooting all around the mark, not quite hitting it. Yeah, get back. Let's go with the blue on this. We now return to our regular scheduling program, yes. And that's fair. A lot of people liked Trimpy's Hulk. I think he was surprised how many people liked his Hulk. I'll be honest, I don't get what the attraction is to Trimpy stuff. You know, he's definitely got some skill for sure. It's not a dynamic style, though, and it's not a particularly attractive style. So if that's the attraction, that it's not an attractive style, then it's like, okay, I don't get why people would buy a book because of that, but you know. That is sometimes the case. I will grant. Solid storytelling with her. Okay, fair enough. No, let's turn up the music again. Nah. Really reliable guy back in the day. Yeah. I mean, that's certainly. I don't have any problem with that. I just he does seem to have been a fan favorite, and I'm not sure why. You know, if it's just that they like that version of the Hulk, I suppose that makes sense. No, it's not Mark Boland, is it? I don't recall to play Mark Boland. I just said, you know, Mark. I think parroted you with Mark Boland. I like 2 T-Rex songs. I think like most people do. D'Lo Brown, reliable with not much appeal. Okay. Reliable with no charisma. Yes, I gotcha. I don't mean Herb himself. I think Herb actually did have quite a bit in terms of being a likable guy around the room, but or in the office. Last house style guy still working with, yeah. I mean, hey, good for him for sure. I like you definitely need guys like that who you can just depend on to get in pages. It's like Todd couldn't make his deadline, which doesn't seem to have actually happened too often, but, you know, we need to fill an issue. Herb, can you step in? Of course he can step in. There's no reason to have an edge like now and not before. He wasn't, him and Bill Mantlo didn't work on the Hulk together, did they? I think Mantlo was like 80s. Maybe in the run just before Peter David, while Trimpe was 70s. I still say Unlimited Fantastic Four #1 was one of the most confusing comics I've ever seen. It's like, I don't understand what's happening or why. Mothra! Mothra! Got my hands on Lizzie Borden's Dealing with the Devil album. Okay. Okay, let me look that shit up. Deal with the Devil. That's Todd, is it? That's Todd? That looks like Todd trying to be Biz. Or it just looks like Biz. Biz did do album covers. Is there a signature anywhere? I can kind of see it in the hair. Actually, you know what? The rendering, yeah, I can see it in the rendering too. It does seem like he's going for a Biz look on that. That is weird. Accredited Todd. Okay, cool. Just the way he's doing that hand, like that hand is straight up a Biz hand. Both hands, actually. The face looks like a Biz face. It's weird. And then everything else is just like, okay, well, I know how to draw this stuff, so that's what I'm going to do. The background stuff looks like Biz stuff. The 1, 2, 3, the doors there, whatever that is. That looks like that kind of cartoony style Biz adopts. Hey, D-Man, how you doing, bud? Well, Todd didn't do the cover for the Korn or the Iced Earth album. Those were both Greg Capullo. But it was Greg Capullo when he was in his most Todd McFarlane influenced. Hey, man, Beta Ray Bill's everyone's favorite character, right? 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 Construction of the faces. Makes face narrow. Maybe depending on. I mean, he goes cartoony regardless. I don't know. There's some structure to that face. There's more structure than usual to that face. I feel like Todd just kind of riffs a lot of the time. Sure, we'll do that. Is Beta Ray Bill going to be in the MCU? How did he not make it onto Guardians of the Galaxy already? I think he's actually had a few adventures with them before. Or like, you know how Love and Thunder had the Guardians of the Galaxy at the beginning and then not very much after that, from what I remember, unless I'm just completely blanking out that movie, which is also just as likely. Why didn't they do as Guardians of the Galaxy with Bay Ray Bill? That would have been pretty cool. Would have been nice and outsidery. James Gunn could have got behind that. I guess this was after James Gunn had been hired by DC, but still. I think I have to ignore the ring mail stuff going on his shoulder. I don't know. Like, it's the kind of thing Walt can get away with. Because it's like, is it a design or is it armor? And it's like, well, it's Walt, so it can kind of be either, really. It might just be representative. Dave, I'm glad people are calling him Colin Peter Parker with the surveillance. Okay. His face appears in Jeff Goldblum's Tower in Thor Ragnarok. Oh. That's kind of dumb. From what I hear, Brand New Day's pretty good, actually. I don't know from a comic perspective, but just from a movie perspective, it's one of the better ones that Marvel's put out in a while by the sound of it. I've been watching what comic people think of it. But it sounds like it does real movie things. So I'm on board for that anyway. It is one of the better Marvel movies. All right. Rob says it's good. Good shit. I think oh yeah, that was it. We were talking about it on Peter's podcast yesterday. I was saying like I actually considered going to the theater for that. I'm quite sure I'm not going to, but that's the first one I've considered going to the theater for in quite some time. Several years anyway. And by Fantastic Four, I assume you mean Fan Four Stick. Right, Comic King? With fucking little drummer boy kid, whatever his name was, from that movie. Rimshot. What was that fucking movie called? Van Forstick, the thing looked like Popeye's chicken. Oh, that's a good one. Look. Oh, the Roger Corman. Of course. Of course. Still some of the best looking Doctor Doom armor we've seen to date. That's okay. You're relaying quality information. I think you get some credit for that. What's that fucking movie? You know the one, right? Miles Teller. I like that movie. I just can't remember what it's called right now. Hey, Mike, thanks very much. I'm okay with them right now. Trying to find ways to get black into it, you know? It's not the easiest drawing to do that with. Let's see here. Oh shit, I did the head thing wrong. It's not a circle, like a cap. It, should be like that. Yeah, get some more whiteout, boys. Thanks, man. I'm taking that from another piece. All the details on this. You know, this is from some drawing of Battle Beast. I don't know if it's a cover. It doesn't appear to be one. And then I went through all the Battle Beast covers, where I assumed it would be coming from, but I couldn't find it. That should be more of an angle, I think. Oh well. No. The Invincible character Battle Beast. I have done drawings to Battle Beast though sometimes. He does look a bit like Jim Belushi now that you say it. I don't know. I think people dig this version of Battle Beast too. I don't like this line. I wanted that coming in at more of an angle. So we'll do it over here too. So I don't know what I'm not whiting out here really. The Spike Dudley Battle Beast? I don't even know where that comes from, man. That's too many references in one reference. And he's got like straight up wristbands on, doesn't he? He does too. Oh no, I didn't watch ECW. So when you say Spike, when you say anything with Dudley, I assume you mean WWE Dudleys. All I did was the only one I watched was the one where Bradshaw split open the Blue Meanie. I know it's the same Dudley Boys, but not quite the same Dudley Boys, right? I mean, like, there were more Dudleys, from what I understand. And I imagine the personalities were a bit different. Like, Bubba Ray was doing stuttering and shit, from what I understand. I've watched some stuff. Glad you like the Warrior vid. That was a lot of fun to go through. I was reading it like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to talk about this. It's just nonsense. All of it. He was in a place. That is one way to describe the Warrior for sure. Ah, smudges. You can't get away with it when you get too much whiteout down. All you do is keep whiting out over it now. And hope it doesn't smudge too much more. Spike was a scrappy dude, yeah. I'm honestly not sure which version of Warrior is who he was. Because, like, he lived that Destrucity shit for a long time, and it kind of seems to have just seemed to put him in obscurity, really. Which is a shame. It does seem like eventually he tried to make amends a bit. So that's good, at least. Oof. Stay, fucker. Thing in WCW where Hogan was hallucinating the Warrior in the mirror. Yes, I have. That was the lead up to Halloween Havoc, I think, right? Oh, hey, I'm Vale. Shit. Yeah, absolutely. Hope it goes smoothly. If there is such a thing in the, well, you said you're in the ER, right? Huh. Yeah, no, just hope everything goes according to plan. Someone was hallucinating someone else in the mirror. Then never mind. Oh, maybe. I don't know. Doesn't sound particularly familiar. Although, I mean, if it was something that happened like 6 months ago, I wouldn't remember it now, or probably. Unless it was something like the Pact. I will never forget the Pact. And I mean, honestly, the fact that so many wrestling guys have stuck around as long as they have, and by that I mean, like, you know, the guys we grew up with that very obviously did steroids, like Triple H. The fact he's still going is kind of impressive. The fact Vince McMahon is still going when he was probably banging roids in his 60s. Also kind of impressive. That's cool, man. Is you able to see that shit live, though? I never got to see wrestling live. And no, not even WrestleMania. What was it, 8 at the Skydome? Or 6? I feel like it might have been 6. The Patriot. I'm going to look up the Patriot. How's Jacques Rougeau doing these days? That's what I want to know. The fucking Mountie. Is he still going? He looks like he's still going. Yep. They used is. He's 66 years old. Good man. Yeah, he looks like he's still good. Anything about scandal in his bio? Doesn't look like it. So that's good. All right. Maybe the Rougeaus are okay. Who's the other Rougeau? Jean Rougeau. Okay. No, that's like a dad or something. Ray Rougeau. That sounds about right. He still has a fistful of quarters for Dynamite Kid. Yeah, well said. Oh yeah, no, Steve Black. I mean, you could change around to people, most likely. You know, he's not allowed to, but he keeps doing it, and nobody's brave enough to go tell him to stop. So. Became a bail bondsman, one point MMA coach, and beat the shit out of JBL. Did he? Oh, good shit. This is a superhero. He became a bail bondsman. Okay. Because I know he went the dog the bounty hunter route, but is that what that means in that context? Is bail bondsman? Because that's not quite the same thing. Oh, that's wet. How about the top here? Yeah, so many weird shapes in this thing. It looks like for the character sketch, Walt was making it up for the fly. On the fly, rather. I know he whacked the shit out of people with kendo sticks anyway. Nobody could whack people with a kendo stick like Steve Blackman. Colt Seavers. What is that name? Why do I know that name? I'm thinking like Magnum PI. It's like, no, I'm pretty sure his name is Magnum PI. The Fall Guy. Ah, okay, there we go. I don't think I ever watched an episode of The Fall Guy. I was into Knight Rider. I probably watched an episode or two of Magnum PI. But, you know, Fall Guy's truck didn't talk to him. So, I wasn't down, right? I don't know about this one. It was hand, anyway. I'm making up the hand from whole cloth, and it's not holding up. Trying to throw some style on it, it's just kind of... It feels like the more style I try to throw on it, the more plain it looks. Had some stunts that were kind of insane for TV. You know. WrestleMania 4? Is that what you're saying? Taped off pay-per-view? Which one was 4? That wasn't the Mega Powers. That was the one before the Mega Powers, wasn't it? Oh, not 41. Get the fuck out of here. Stop finishing my goddamn sentences. Oh, Hulk versus Andre. Part 2, I guess. I didn't watch it, like, regularly back then. I gotta say, I think I was a little bit too young. Because when is that? That's like, I want to say it's like 1986 or something. Maybe 87? 88, really? Shit, that's later than I thought. Yeah, Hulk versus Andre rematch. Yeah. I don't know if it's the Mega Powers. It's maybe the start of the Mega Powers, but WrestleMania 5 was the Mega Powers explode. And then 6 was the Ultimate Challenge, I believe. Yeah, it was. Yeah. No, 4 was the Andre Hogan rematch. 5 was Mega Powers. 3 would have been... Is that Mr. T? Oh, that's the first Andre first. Oh, my bad. Well, first, I mean, we still haven't very dramatically shaken hands, which has to come before the Mega Powers explode, right? I think we're all in agreement on that. So 2 was King Kong Bundy then, I guess, right? With the steel cage, yeah, it was. Wrestling matches all over the stage. Okay. Oh, no problem, man. I had to look it up. You know. Fucking Walt just making up shapes for this whatever this thing is on top of his thigh highs. Oh, this thing's running out of ink. That's awesome. I love Walt, but it's clear he's just going, I don't know, man. Kirby shapes, you know what I mean? And I do not have nearly the affinity for Kirby shapes that Walt does. Brett versus Stone Cold. Oh shit, yeah. And when did I start drawing? When I was like 4. That's the first. That's the earliest I can remember drawing. Anyway, it was in kindergarten. Talking about when I started drawing, like comics, like 11 or 12, and when I started drawing for the channel was like 4 years ago. Oh no, wait! Are Walton and Louise are going to be there? He is. Oh, he's got to still be with Wheezy. No way, he's not with Wheezy. But yeah, no. Bret versus Stone Cold was like some of the best storytelling. Bret couldn't handle a mic, but he did all the storytelling he needed to in the ring. What was I drawing before comics? I remember drawing like dinosaurs in kindergarten specifically. I like drawing monsters. You know, they didn't look great. Or I'd try drawing like formulaic spaceships or something. I don't remember a whole lot about what I drew back then, but because it didn't have a focus yet, really. But yeah, a lot of monster stuff. Snoopy and Tasmanian Devil, all right. I do recall trying to come up, like trying to draw as many deaths from the Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street series as I could remember. I was like 9. And by that point, I'd seen all the movies. And I tried drawing that during my after-school daycare. I don't think the attendant caught on with what the fuck I was drawing. Or just assumed there was no point bringing it up with my parents because I was like, yeah, no, my dad was the one who rented these for me. Not knowing that my dad and mom didn't live together. J.G. Jones too? No way. Do me a favor and don't ask if he's a kitty diddler. Crazy how everything's been kind of coming together tonight. It's all just kind of a loop. Best comic buying experience? No, I never found good deals. Yeah, I didn't go back issue shopping when I was, well, when I had an LCS. I haven't had an LCS for like 25 years. So everything I get has to be off of like mycomicshop.com, basically. And there's not a lot of deals to be had on mycomicshop.com. You know, cons or comic shows? No, man, none of them come where I am on the coast. And it's like I usually don't have money to go into Vancouver for a con. And I mean, I don't know that cons are going to have any kind of deals, you know? That never would have occurred to me, to be honest. I would assume that most vendors at cons are kind of charging exorbitant prices because you're at a con and you're more likely to buy comics because what the fuck else are you going to buy at a con? I mean, all sorts of stuff, probably. I haven't been to a con in 25 years either, but I guess that's actually closer to 30. No, I mean, there are no local comic shows where I am. You know, there's probably the odd one in Vancouver somewhere, I don't know. I don't know how to get around Vancouver too well though. Apparently, Comic-Con. There was a Comic-Con just this week, or some kind of convention. My son went to. I think it was more about anime and shit. I had no idea it was on. So definitely the most qualified guy to have a show where he talks about comics, right? Nobody ever called my references. In my opinion, yes. Mark Silvestri is a much better artist than Jim Lee. Jim Lee is still good. He's a particularly good finisher. I don't think he's a great penciler, but that's me. Used to be a vendor at Emerald City Con. Said if you can afford it, it might be worth checking out once. Emerald City, is that does that stick with the same location year after year? Pacific Northwest, okay. Seattle, I see. Jim Lee's the main event at the con you're vending. Well, that is cool. Fuck. I mean, I wouldn't mind checking it out someday for sure. Again, I got to get a passport first. Never had one of those. Hey, Sun Eater. Thanks, man. I'm not sure exactly. This is originally a sketch of Battle Beast that somebody commissioned me to turn into Beta Ray Bill. So I'm doing my best here. I think it's coming out okay in most places anyway. And I think the stuff where it's not, nobody's gonna be able to tell. So it's all good. I don't know what these plates are on the sides. I'm just gonna do like fucking vent plates here. That makes as much sense to me as whatever Walt was doing. I mean, sure. It kind of looks like how it works. Is penciling dead? No. I mean, no such thing. As long as anybody wants to pick up a pencil, it's like, oh, hey, look, it revived. I know what you mean. It's not the popular way to do comics anymore. No. The popular way to do it these days is with the stylus, for sure. Which to me means for some boring ass looking comics a lot of the time. Or comics that all look exactly the fucking same. That's okay. long as they never try to come for my pencils, then we're all good. Oh, god damn it. I was just getting ready to leave, and then fucking Mastodon comes on. Split your lungs with blood and thunder indeed. Inking digitally is more common than inking IRL? You don't think that's true? I do. I think just about everybody these days is both penciler and inker. And they do it all, you know, pretty much all on their computers. I'm sure there are some who stick traditional, but I don't think it's a majority. If we're talking about professionals. See, there you go. I threw in that caveat at the end about professionals. That is certainly not me. If I were a professional, I would not have talked shit about Rob Liefeld to one of Rob Liefeld's friends on Peter Palmiotti's live stream yesterday. I don't remember who the person was. She seemed nice enough, and we had a good conversation. But she started talking about Liefeld, and, you know, I was being mostly polite. And then she was like, the thing about Rob is that Rob really can draw. And I'm like, can he, though? You know? She's like, oh, yeah, you know, it's like, hey, he's got great-looking pieces and stuff. It's like, okay, well, I mean, I've never seen evidence of it myself, but I'll take your word for it. One of the other people was just like, wow. It's like, oh yeah, you don't do that in comics, do you? You don't just say, hey, that guy flat out can't draw. No, actually, you know what? The last stream was actually very pleasant, and I hope I do it again. Even if it got kind of heated, I think I'd still want to do it again. That would be fun. That doesn't look bad at all, really. Yeah. I don't think she took it. I don't think she knows Rob well. I think she's worked with him and was willing to stick up for him. And because she's worked with him, very likely she doesn't want to talk shit, which I understand, because, you know, then you might be able to work with Rob again. If you talk shit about Rob, you're never working for Rob again. So I get it. This was Peter Palmiotti's live stream. We were just kind of shooting the shit, and Rob came up. So if Rob comes up when I'm I'm in earshot, I gotta pitch in. I can't help it. He gave her a paycheck one time at least. I didn't ask what she'd worked on with him, because that felt like it would be like, oh yeah, prove it. I don't need to know. That's okay. I take her word for it. Rob's employed a lot of people over the years. And I mean, she was fine. throughout the entire podcast. She wasn't, you know, she didn't say anything that was like offensive or anything. Or that I thought was dumb, anything like that. Oh, that's got it. Nice. Way to go. Wow. Okay, then. Hey, Senator. Am I a comic artist by trade? No, not really. I mean, if we're talking about what I'm making money from, most of it now is fucking YouTube. I almost want to leave this. This looks like this is an interesting effect we're getting here. Yeah. No, nobody knows about me. And there's no way to submit your stuff anymore. You know? Only thing I can do is like put stuff up on Instagram every once in a while. And somebody wants to take a look at it at some point, they can do that. But you can't submit, hand submissions anymore. So, unless maybe you go to Antarctica or like a smaller press kind of thing. I don't know if Antarctica's still going, actually, thinking about it. And I mean, I'm a little too old to be going, yeah, no, I'll take $75 a page for small press guys for 5-10 years while I slowly build up my name. It's like, nope, can't really afford to do that. Particularly since comics is a very time-consuming business to be in. So, I'm just going to make shit and see if anybody notices. Undesigned metal band. Yeah, okay, cool. Thoughts on the future of independent artists? Oh, fuck, I don't know, man. Right now, it all seems to be pretty much through either Webtoons or Kickstarter, right? Or some equivalent thereof. One of those two. It seems to be the way to go. I don't know that it's ever really going to be a profession again. Because, like, it isn't. Being a comic book artist, like even being a professional comic book artist, it's not going to pay your bills unless you become the best out there. And then at that point, you're not drawing anywhere near where you were when you were learning anyway. You're just kind of doing like 3 books, take 4 months off, do another 2, whatever. Oh, thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. For indies, like I think it's always going to be a struggle to make money at it, unless you can really lock in with a community of some kind. But you got to be able to offer something beyond just the comic itself. I don't know what it is. If it's toys, if it's a very polarizing political opinion, something. Hey, Sheldon, how's it going, buddy? Webtoons got a bad reputation by one cartoonist with inflated ego. I have no idea who that is. I haven't heard anything about what Webtoons is doing these days. Hey, Sheldon, congratulations, bud. I saw you you completed your, well, not completed, what's the fucking word? Funded your Kickstarter. Yeah, still there. For those who don't know, I'll put the link up in the chat. Sheldon's Kickstarter is expiring in how many hours here? For some reason, it's all in, it looks like Korean. What in the fuck is going on here? Did I accidentally pick up a Korean link? A Korean? Why am I saying it like that? There we go. 14 hours to go. There we right at the same time. Seriously, I picked up a Korean link somehow. Or maybe Vietnamese or something? Japanese. Okay. I'll give you a link that is not in Japanese. Ta-da! Let's remove that other one from the list. Shit, stop talking, guys. You keep moving up the chat. Remove. There we go. Fucking what now? It is not still Japanese. Okay, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to click the fucking link. That's in English. There we go. Oh, you can still read it. Okay, good. Is that Japanese? I thought Japanese would look completely different. I don't care. I already got my copy coming. I know what it's about. You can read and casually speak Japanese? Well, that is handy. Shit. Okay. I cannot. I can't do that with any language other than English. And even English takes some work sometimes. Yes, that's the point. It got funded. Might have a bit of Russian. That sounds about right for the location. Yeah, it sounds likely. No, it's okay. My son did one of those 21Me things. You know, you send in your spit, that kind of shit. Didn't mean to rhyme. Sorry. Well, honest, but yeah, I did that, and I mean, it's. But I'll finish this and then go back to that. My son did one of those genetic test things, and it came back exactly as we figured, which is fucking mashed potato white. You know, mostly Scottish, then English. I think the next one down would probably be Ashkenazi Jew, because my great grandfather was from the Ukraine. And then everything else is just kind of, you know, like the mix you expect. German, a little bit of French, a little bit of some kind of Viking in there, but like the barest amount. Well, thanks, Mike. I appreciate it, man. And I wouldn't say I have to. I'm not exactly struggling to like to crank out the comic stuff so much. It's more to get the videos up. It is a bit of a struggle to get them out on time, but you know, the comic's more for fun right now. If I can get it published, well, I mean, I can get the first one published. I'm in the middle of doing that now. But if I can keep doing it, then hey, you know, that's good enough, I suppose. Get a trade going. That's all I really need. Oh yeah, man, with this helmet too. As a Viking? Anybody from England has a good chance of having some Viking in them somewhere because of fucking Canute. No, but it's John Vick. Vik. There's plenty of bald Vikings in history, man. The Vikings didn't bald shame, as long as you could split a skull with the next guy. Anyway, I'm going to call it because I still got work to do on tomorrow's video. And that should better be up by like 2 in the morning. Or I'm going to be fucking tired tomorrow. Good God, I do not want to have to stay up all night working on that fucking thing. All right. The Berserker? Yes. Huss. 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 That was the Berserker. All right. Thanks for sticking around, guys. Should be going on Sunday. Don't see any reason why not. So I'll see you guys there. Have a good rest of your week. All right. Yep. All right. Peace out, guys.